Look at that cat. Look at that.
Ooh,
Oh,
listen to him. He doesn't sound happy.
he did not want to be on screen. What's up, everyone?
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bearded Respect.
Episode
And
102.
I'm Bruce City Scott. This is Cody, who's going.
He claw you on the way down?
And Mike down here. And we will be right back after this intro video.
Oh, crap.
Welcome to the Bearded Respect. And why does Mike have fireworks going off?
I don't know. That was weird. Try it again. I don't know what happened there.
I want to know.
Why did it get so dark?
Jason,
Okay.
you want to welcome some of these fine people in the chat?
Yes, we got E-Rock was first. And Vaja was a close second. AJP. Then we got Phil, bearding on a budget. Hey, Phil. And we got Mrs. Bruce City. Not first, but not last. That's correct.
What's up, Becky?
Mm-hmm. Or Jacob. Hey, Jacob.
Jake.
Hey.
Hey. There's Warren. Hey, Warren. Good to see you again.
Warren. What's up, Warren?
Hey, Warren.
There's Chris. Hey, Chris.
Brother. True North, Chris.
Bearded Chief.
Steven, what's up?
Excellent.
Dynamite. Good to see you.
Tyler, what's up, man?
How's it going?
There he is. Hey, Ken.
Ken.
Comfort pig.
Comfort pig.
Hello.
Hey, Big Stu.
What's up, Stu?
That was actually a small cat. His dad was like double the size.
Wow.
Hey, Aldemir.
Aldemir, what's up?
That Cajun family. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Thanks
How's
for
it
stopping
going?
in.
Yeah, it's been a busy week for me too.
Hello there, children.
Facebook user.
What's up?
No way.
And there's Dan. Early.
Dan, how's it going, man?
Hello, murderer.
Hey, Lee.
Lee, what's up, man?
Lee.
Hello, neighbor.
Ellie. Hey, Ellie.
Ellie, what's up?
There's Bob Boker. Hey, Tara.
Tara, I hope you're feeling better.
Hello.
And we're caught up.
Nice.
And I'll be right back. I forgot something.
Oh,
Oh, so is there anything else we have to do before the guest?
I don't think so. I know we'll probably mention this at the end of the show, but next week is our anniversary.
Yes, 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary. So a special show next week. And you know what that means? Right.
What's that mean?
It's a special show.
Yeah.
So I'll do something special.
There'll be some giveaways.
Ooh, yeah. We'll have some giveaways. 2-year anniversary. Pretty cool.
2 years already, Ellie.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, I think we have a special guest on tonight
Yes, we do.
from Notable Beard Company. And let's meet him. Let's learn all about it.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Evan?
Oh, not a whole lot. Excited to be on the Respect.
Nice.
Well,
Scott, that music is really low.
I turned it down.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can barely hear that.
Okay, I'm back.
Jason.
Oh, good. Jason's back from the bathroom. Is Clementine in the room?
Not yet.
Oh, wow. Surprise.
She was downstairs. We got to put a gate up now at the bottom of the steps because Gus keeps wanting to come up all the time.
Oh.
So she was sitting down there, but I don't think she's been out for a while. So I let him out. She's going to let him back in. And then I told her, I said, you can let her up when you let him in. But so, yeah, she'll be up soon snoring, I'm sure. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Jay? Jay
Cruz.
Cruz.
Hey, Jay.
All right. So, Evan, to break the ice, we kind of just go through some questions and then we'll open it up and talk
Is
about
there a
your
passing grade?
what's going on. Russ, yeah, maybe. My awesome jacket next week. It's a special day. So,
Which
there's a
one?
good chance of it. I don't know.
Well, here we go.
All right, Evan, tell us your favorite toy as a child. What was that one toy that you always played with?
That's something I haven't thought about. It's not necessarily like one toy. I had a toy farm.
Okay. Like those
yeah.
Fisher Price toy farms?
No, no, no. The
Oh.
Ertl, the little 1/16th scale or 1/64th scales.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
So I have three. There's four of us brothers, and each of us had our own farm. So
Okay.
mine was at the top of the stairs, and Dad always stepped on my tractors.
I bet that felt good.
He wasn't happy about it.
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
So toy farm, that's unique. That's a first on our show. That's
Well,
cool.
when you grow up on a farm, you kind of want to be like Dad, so you got to get your tractors and go farming. And
That's awesome.
my parents, the house we grew up in was built in 1902, and the carpet in my parents' room was like a golden with some orange mixed in it, so it looked like a cornfield ready to harvest. So the combine
Okay.
header always got stuck in there. We got pretty creative.
So was your family corn farmers?
We didn't raise corn for like 30 years, and then my brother started taking over the farm, and now we got corn back again. And we used to have cows and got rid of those. So
Okay.
yeah, just crop farmers now.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Cool. And on your Instagram Live, sometimes you take everybody on a ride with you on the tractor.
Yeah, yeah. If you never got the pleasure to hop in on one of those, it's a real fun time. I just go back and forth at 5 miles an hour, 60 feet at a time.
Well, a good time to get some podcasts in.
Yeah,
You listen to
that's
podcasts.
exactly what I do. Lots of audiobooks.
Yeah. There you go. So, you're from Ipswich, South Dakota. Is that correct?
Ipswich.
Ipswich. Say it again.
Ipswich.
Oh, Ipswich. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't notice the P in there.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Did some
Ipswich. So tell us one notable thing about Ipswich.
The Parmalee Museum. I don't know all the details, but there was a guy way back when, and I think he did something with the lake that's near here. He helped dam it up and made it Parmalee Lake. Well, anyway, he lived in Ipswich, and his house burned down in a fire. And so that it would never happen again, he rebuilt his house solely out of concrete and rock, like everything. There's no wood in that house.
Oh,
And now
wow.
it's just a museum. So it's kind of neat, different.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely notable.
Yeah. History. Love it.
So, tell us what notable beard care means. Like, where did you get that name?
Well, when I first thought of this, making my own products, my wife was just kind of like, okay, whatever, like that'd be cool if you did that. And then I was like, well, I don't even know what I'd theme it. And I started naming off things, and I just kept coming back to I love history and important figures and people and events. And I mean, I watch documentaries for fun. I was up at 3:00 this morning watching World War II documentaries.
Oh, nice.
Why not? Why not? But so then I'm going through names, and my wife was having fun coming up with scent names. Like she had Genghis Khan on one of them, and she called it non-conformist would be a scent name. I thought that was hilarious. And I was like, I was saying noble people, and then it just kind of just kept developing, and I was asking people I work with what would be a good name, and I just kind of kept coming back to notable, because then I don't have to keep it with just people, just notable things in history.
Okay. That's cool.
So,
very cool. What was your passion before beard care? Like, what was it that you were really into before making beard products?
other than my career, like if you're talking hobbies, I've always been big into Harry Potter, Pokemon. I like all the nerdy millennial things pretty much, and
Okay.
that's really what I'm into. And I mean, look behind me, I got Fallout video game posters at my desk at work. So
Okay. Cool.
That's
Good. And,
yeah.
and you've been open for about a year now, like just over a year.
Yeah, technically, yeah. So I opened up. It was right around the 1st of December of last year.
Right.
Opened up. I was just selling with a Square account and just selling locally in person. My wife would buy some from me and then sell them through her salon that she owns,
Oh,
and
okay.
and wasn't getting a whole ton of foot traffic, but I wasn't helping myself either because I wasn't really advertising it much,
Mhm.
and things just kind of slowed down once spring hit, and it was an unbearable spring. Everything was late, and we were just ambushed with acres, and just kind of went downhill. And then I started that 75 hard with Ken, and he actually noticed that I had a beard company Instagram page, and he said, "Do you make beard products?" I said, "Yeah, I make oil." And then we just started talking and sent him a couple oils, and then the rest is history. Here I am. So
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'd almost given up on my little dream there.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. That's how you got started. I didn't know that about Ken, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think I was literally out on one of my walks for the 75 hard, and he messaged me, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'll send you some money. I said, nah, just take them. They're sitting on my shelf, and he ended up sending me a little bit of money for shipping. And
Okay.
yeah,
I'm on day 4 of 75 hard, by the way.
how's it going?
It's going good, I think.
I think I made it to 13.
Okay.
It was like 105 degrees outside.
Oh.
Uh,
All right.
No.
And last question: what has been the most surprising to you since starting this company? Like, what have you been surprised about?
oh, not so much stuff on the business side. Like I've learned some surprising things on the business side that you don't think about as a consumer, and that's been kind of an eye opener to me. But honestly, just the camaraderie. Like I've been in the community on YouTube and stuff for about 2 years now, or 3 years, and I made some friends and whatnot. But once I really got serious about my business, I made some really close friends that I'd consider now, and I've never even met them face to face.
Mhm.
And it's been an eye opener of like how many kind people there are out there that you don't find just anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I could go and talk to this person in person, like we were friends for 20 years.
Yeah. Absolutely. I get that.
Mhm.
I get what you're saying.
So that's been the most surprising thing to me is you can make real friends without ever meeting them, and
Mhm.
that's really cool in today's age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people here in the community, they end up meeting each other face to face also.
Mhm.
Yeah. All those meetups seem to happen over in the eastern Midwest, though. Nothing in the central Midwest over here.
Right.
I'm sitting out here in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I mentioned before that my bucket list is to win the lottery, and then I'm going to get either a fifth wheel camper or a motorhome or something, and I'm going to travel the country and I'm going to meet everybody. That's my bucket list.
That's a cool bucket list.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'd make my way out to the Dakotas.
Well, I'll meet you out in the hills because where I live, it's literally flat and cornfields. There's nothing else to see here.
Yeah. I was reading about your town, and I read that it was kind of like just settled because it was a spot along the railroad. It was
Yep.
kind of like a resting spot, I guess, and they kind of developed a town there. And you have a whopping population, about 900 people. That's my kind of town.
Yep. See, I grew up on the farm about an hour and a half east of here, and we were 2 miles north of my hometown, and that has like 50 people in it.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I like the small town feel when we go to Orlando and stuff a lot. And Orlando's not too crazy, but Phoenix was busy, and I don't know if I could live in a city. I don't think I could do that. Not a big one anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, our big metropolis is just to the east of us, a half hour, and it's like 27,000 people, Aberdeen. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike lives in the capital of Wyoming, and I tell him it's like visiting a small town.
Yeah.
Wyoming. I haven't been there in a long time.
I love it here.
I'd like to go out there again. Big, wide open.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I was hiking the other day and at this reservoir, and I was just on top of a small hill. It wasn't like a big mountain, but I mean, you just see for miles and miles and miles and miles. So it's just beautiful.
Somebody said, I live in Ipswich, South Dakota. Jay Spears. And what are you talking about Slytherin for, Tara?
He was asking if that was a Ravenclaw shirt.
Oh, it sure is.
Well, Phil has a question. I saw that you did have some updates on IG about how many states you've delivered to so far. Any update on that?
I think I'm at 27 or 8. My boss, who sits right next to me, actually printed me out a map to put push pins in to track all my states.
Oh, cool.
But I think I'm at 27 or 28. And I think I'm deeply humbled by that for only being open for like 3.5, 4 months. The support I've gotten, it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't live in a city either. This past weekend we traveled. We went to Hartford, Connecticut. Well, talking about history, when you were talking about your, being a history buff. In Hartford, Connecticut was one of Mark Twain's houses, his Connecticut house that he built. So it was a museum. We went and seen that. Unbelievable the amount of woodwork in that house. Unreal. And then we went up to Portland, Maine, and then worked our way south into like Cape Cod area, and we actually drove clear to the point. But we saw
P-Town.
Yeah, we went to Hammond Castle.
There's a castle?
Yeah, Hammond. What the hell's his first name? No, hold on, give me 1 second. But he was an inventor, and there was a lot of people visited him, like presidents and whatnot. But I'm sure it'll tell me Hammond Castle. What the hell's his first name? But anyway, he was always into music. He had this big pipe organ that he worked on, and he tried to do stuff with musical instruments and stuff. John Hayes Hammond Jr. He was inventor. Oh, he was known as the father of radio control too. He sold things to the government, but I forget the size of this boat, but he made it where he could radio control not a little boat that you put in a pond, a big ship, not a ship, but a regular sized boat. And I forget where exactly he drove it to and drove it back, all by radio control. But yeah, a lot of inventions and things like that. Well, and his dad they were wealthy, but they were in England for a while and seen castles and stuff, and he always wanted a castle, so he built his castle, and it was cool. It's funny. It's so big the great room was real big, but what was funny was a lot of the doorways and the hallways to get to other rooms were small. I'm not that
Oh,
big of a
yeah.
guy, but it was tight. Uh,
They say people
anyway,
were smaller back then.
yeah. So it's in Gloucester, Mass. That's
Gloucester.
how you Gloucester. Okay, it's in
Gloucester.
Gloucester, Mass. But yeah, it was cool. So yeah, and then we visited a bunch of lighthouses. We drove past a bunch of lighthouses. They're neat too, but they had a bad time of year because they were all closed. You couldn't go in any of them.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I like when I go to them places and they got all the placards up to read it. I could spend all day just reading a little different stuff that he did and this and that. But yeah, it was rather. Oh, and one other thing that caught my eye, they had this one sign that had like a list of names of people that had visited him or stayed there. Burgess Meredith stayed there, and he built the castle in like 1920.
Hmm.
But yeah, Burgess Meredith, and my wife's like, "Who's that?" I said that was Rocky's coach. I said that was the old guy and grumpy old man.
I didn't know who it
Yeah.
was either.
Oh, you didn't know who
Oh,
Burgess
really?
Meredith was? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, can't say I did.
Oh, yeah. That was Rocky's Balboa's coach, and then yeah, the old guy and grumpy old man.
Say
Yeah.
which old guy?
The dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like you had Walter Matthau and I
Yep.
forget the other guy's name. The one guy's dad.
Hmm.
That
That's
was
one
hitting.
of my
Yeah.
favorite
one that was
movies.
always hitting on all the women.
Mm-hmm.
When you're that old, you're entitled, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I'm
yeah.
I was gonna show you guys some of the relabeling that's coming out here, and I'm hoping to get Togo out soon.
Hold on a second there. Let's get you highlighted.
I'm actually wearing this bad boy tonight. I can't wait for you guys all to get it too. But
Sounds
Cool.
like a good one.
and then the best part is I know people have been asking for it, and we got the matching butters now.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I made a mistake yesterday. I received a package from a good friend of mine, and I put these up on the site. These custom made display cases. Don't tip them. You got to check those for quality control now. But I put them up on the site for about 20 minutes until I realized I didn't have big enough shipping materials for them. So I took them off for now until I get the right size shipping materials.
Was that like a 3D print?
Yep, 3D printed.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
It is wicked. I'm gonna give a shout out to Kylie for that because Kylie put those together for me and super awesome.
Cool.
And then I don't know about you guys, I'm big into natural soap. I haven't used liquid wash for like 3 years. Same with deodorant. And I finally got my Tarred and Feathered that I ordered back in September. But we had one batch got lost in the mail. The second batch, she just had a baby and she had her husband deliver it. Well, the second batch fell in between some car seats and was traveling around in the car for a couple weeks. But we got the first batch, and I've used all sorts of natural soap, and maybe I'm biased. This leaves my skin feeling super soft. I'm not saying any other bar soap is inferior at all, but I don't know if it's the percentage of the pine tar in there that she put or what, but my skin feels super soft after I use that. So I'm pretty excited to have that on the site now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Beanie, how's it going?
Well, with that, why don't we talk about you have a discount code for tonight?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that.
So you can save 15% with the code RESPECT.
Make sure that sucker's
Um,
live. Yep.
The barber shop you will not be able to use the code on because it is already discounted.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, barbershop is leaving the main line, and there's a multitude of reasons, but main one is it's not a seller. But
Oh, wow.
I love that my barbershop is not talky. That's Lincoln. My barbershop is not talky, but there's a few other reasons I have to discontinue that one, and I may try and bring it back in another form. So it's gonna have to leave the shop for now.
So if you guys want a barber shop, I'd hop on that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I wondered why everything was 20, but that was only 12.50, I think.
Yep.
I wondered why it was. Okay, see.
Yeah, I only have 5 barbershops left, and I'm just trying to get them out the door. So, and then hopefully, I'm really shooting for this weekend, possibly next weekend, for the drop of Togo and all of the matching scented butters for the rest of them.
Bill says the barbershop going away should be criminal.
One of the main reasons is supply chain issues with that one. So
Yeah, I just know there's a lot of barbershop fans.
I'm a huge barbershop fan, and
Yeah.
I mean I might have to keep a bottle for myself. I don't know. Because it's not, and I don't mind the talky barbershops either. This one to me is almost cologne-esque to it. You know, it's really heavy on the bay leaf and tonic. So,
Very
but Scott, I think you picked up that Christmas truce. What do you think about that?
I love that one.
That cherry just pops out, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard a lot of great stuff about Christmas truce.
That one about killed my creativity. I sent out some testers. I did some all essential blends. I did 30 different blends, and I joke not. And I think on my 30th or 31st blend, I put that ratio together, and I was like, that's pretty good. And then I took that little Dixie cup to work the next day and had all the people in the office smell it, and it was a winner. So then that's how I decided I'm going to go with it.
Well, that's a pretty good choice.
Yeah,
It's obviously well worth it.
I was stressing, and and people loved it, and I'm super happy for the positive feedback on it. That was super special, and if everything works out perfectly next year, it's coming back. So,
Well, that's good to hear. Okay, with that, I also did put a little presentation just so we can show people what you actually offer and what's in it.
looks nice.
Thanks.
Nice family. Nice looking
Thanks.
family there.
Yeah, I'm a lucky one there.
Okay, we have Evan Johnson, the founder of Notable Beard Company. And he says, I've heard many times about how beard products were not working for an individual's beard. This is not the case when I decided to start making my own products. Started growing his beard late in 2021. He discovered the bearded community on YouTube and dove headfirst into the different products he could try. With his love from all the different scents, he decided he might try creating his own beard oil blend. With about 10 months of research and trial and error, finally nailed the perfect blend. Now I am here to share the same awesome beard oil with the rest of the world. My mission for Notable Beard Company is to help every bearded man look and feel his best. Historically, beards were reserved for powerful kings, barbarians, Vikings, or lords. So why not look and feel like a king with the help of his products? Be you, be notable. So then we have his blend, which is argan oil, hemp seed oil, meadowfoam seed oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, sunflower oil, shea nut oil, and fragrance and essential oils. And you get a 1 ounce oil for $20. We have the beard butter, which is shea butter, argan oil, hemp seed oil, meadowfoam seed oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, sunflower oil, shea nut oil. And currently it's unscented, and it is truly unscented. You do not get a scent from this, which I find remarkable. And if it's like you like mixing a butter with your oil, it works very well for that.
I'm pretty proud of that butter.
It's a pretty good feeling beard too, and you get a 2 ounce for $20. And then here have your scents. This is the new one coming. I know he's having some supply chain issues, so we're not quite sure when it's actually going to hit. But Togo is peppermint, eucalyptus, and French lavender. Barbershop is bergamot, woodsy spice, and powdered musk. Knickerbocker is cedar, sweet tobacco, and leather. Lincoln is smoked cedar and oud. Old Ironsides is blood orange, tangerine, and aquatic cologne. And then you have unscented with no fragrance, just natural carrier oils. And then we have what he was just talking earlier, the soap, which is called Tarred and Feathered. The ingredients are olive oil, coconut oil, organic and sustainably grown palm oil, water, lye, castor oil, sweet almond oil, and pine tar. And for $12, you get a 5 ounce bar. And I believe that is all.
I like that. That was
For now,
nice.
anyway.
What's your most popular seller, I guess? Like, what's the thing that you sell?
Christmas truce, but right behind that is Knickerbocker. And
Okay.
the story behind that, I don't know if you guys watched my launch with Ken, but this is the reason I'm here, is Knickerbocker. It's like my flagship. And I love the smell of lit Knickerbocker. It smells great. I'm one of those guys that can't put leather in his face all day, though. This was my brother's idea, and we were thinking old baseball. And he's like, we're going to be at a baseball game in the 1920s or something. So he told me to throw some stuff together. And the first time I did it, I put way too much leather in it. And it was bad. So it took me a few tries, but then I finally got it down. And he loved it. And I kept it around. And then Ken got his hands on it. And then that's why I'm here. So it's a special scent to me. And it's if I'm going to say anything for sure, that this scent will never go away. It's just pure nostalgia. My whole family's big baseball fans.
Yeah.
New York Knickerbockers.
Have you tried that one, Scott?
No, I haven't, but
okay.
I want to.
Too
Actually,
much.
I just ordered it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Have you had anyone in Wyoming buy your products yet?
You're the first.
Yes.
You're the first. I'll get the bobby pin out right now. You guys don't believe me? It's right here.
Cool.
My boss got me that for Christmas. Beard butter.
Yes, I just ordered the Knickerbocker tarred and feathered butter and barbershop.
Holy cow! Thanks. You didn't have to do all that.
I wanted to.
Well, I appreciate it.
He also is a huge barbershop fan.
Yeah, and I'm kind of getting onto leather and tobacco scents, so this one kind of stuck out to me. I had no idea though that there was a New York Knickerbockers baseball team.
Yeah, that was the first
Wow.
official baseball
Yeah.
team, if you will. They there was a team called the New York Nine. There was a gentleman's club that played baseball. Well, then they formed the New York Knickerbockers, and then they played the first game on the Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey, where they used the Knickerbocker rules, which is based off of a British game called Rounders. And that's where the birth of baseball originates from. So
Then now they have a basketball team called the Knickerbockers. So
yeah, and some people have actually asked me that. They're like, is that like the New York Knicks? I'm like, no, not the same.
no, different.
Not the same.
Different sport.
Has anyone bought from Louisiana yet?
Yes.
I think he was hoping he could be the first.
I still need the only one I have left in the Midwest is Illinois and Oklahoma, but the rest of the Midwest is locked down.
Yeah, in all his scents have a history story behind them. They're all kind of interesting.
So like my old Ironsides, out of my whole line, my original favorite was Lincoln. And I'm not even afraid to admit that when I started making Lincoln, I was trying to create my own beard brand Temple Smoke. It's like I was like, I like Temple Smoke. And I wasn't trying to create Temple Smoke. And it's not doesn't smell the same at all really, but it has that vibe. Has that sultry, and it is. I don't remember who said it, but it's kind of. Oh, it was Dan Beard Reviews. It's like a woodsy cologne, kind of, but very subtle at the same time. It's a really good for cold weather. That's hence the log cabin. It's a real good cold weather scent. But Old Ironsides, that was one of those freak accident mixes I did. I wanted to make a aquatic cologne. And I came across some fragrances and I mixed them together. And I said, that's it. And my wife smelled it and she's a huge orange scented fan. And she's like, ooh. And so, yeah, that was a winner right then and there. And that's probably my favorite out of my line up until I made Togo. Because mint is my favorite. That makes your face feel like it's frozen for about 5-10 minutes. So, and what makes that stand out from everybody else's peppermint and lavender and eucalyptus is the French lavender I used. That essential French lavender, it's sweeter. It doesn't have as much of a harsh essential oil bite, and that's the reason I picked that one. It's because I like using mint at nighttime, so it's more of a calming lavender. So that's what makes that one stick out.
Okay, I want to address this comment by Phil because he says he loves Temple Smoke too, but that's not bearding on a budget because those his stuff's expensive.
That was, I mean, no joke. About when I met my wife, she got me a beard oil that came in a pump style thing like Johnny Ray just came out with. And that was, I didn't use it right. I just put it right on the hairs, and I had a little goatee. But I'm like every other guy who started using beard products. What do you need those for? You don't need those. You're not a man, And then one day on TikTok, I ran across a beard brand. And I'd never even grown my beard out, So I decided to do it. And then I ordered the full Old Money line. I went head first in. I don't even want to tell you what I spent on that because that's before the prices dropped. And
I can imagine.
but Old Money was my first purchase, and so that's always on the shelf for nostalgic purposes because I'll still wear that once in a while. But yeah, it's amazing when you just find something you just go all in on it.
Mm-hmm.
My father-in-law can grow a beard just by like flinching. Like I'm not kidding. He can shave and 2 days later he has a beard. And he made so much fun of me because for the first 3 months it's just patches,
Yeah.
It comes in, and now he's one of my biggest customers.
Nice. Awesome.
Now, I got a question. You mentioned before, talking about the natural soaps and the deodorants. Are you looking into coming out with a natural deodorant?
That's down the road. If I do, right now I'm focusing on getting my butters out. I want to, and I've already discussed it with my soap maker, and she's a local to me gal. That we're gonna try and do the matching soaps to my scents, and then I am currently testing my wash and conditioner. So I'm gonna have a gentle daily and a conditioner that I'm gonna hopefully roll out. If it's not before the spring, it'll be midsummer. There's not gonna be any new releases from me typically in the springtime. So
Well, that's good. It sounds like you have enough newer stuff coming anyway.
yeah, like realistically, I want to see how the soap goes. I was I wanted a pine tar soap, and I just came up with that tarred and feathered name because I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that kind of is.
So then she actually brought it up to me that she said, "Do you want to match your soaps or my soaps to your beard oils?" And I was like, "Well, that'd be kind of neat." So we'll see how tarred and feathered goes, and then I'll probably plan from there on the soap side. Because soap, as most people know, it's not a moneymaker, but it's something that expand my catalog, and you need to strip your beard once a week, and what better way to do it? So
Also, soaps anybody can use. You don't have to have a beard.
right.
Yeah.
So you might have other customers who don't buy beard products will buy that.
hmm And I've thought about the cologne route, and I already know the process of how to do it, but I haven't looked into anything about where to get the materials and the bottles. So if that comes about, that would probably be late this year, maybe next year. So, because I know some people have asked for Lincoln in a cologne already. So,
I know lately there's a lot of people always asking for colognes.
see, I've never been a big cologne guy. I like Polo Red. I have that one. I love that cologne. And I had another one, a Mont Blanc and an Aqua di Gio. Those are the only colognes that I've ever used, and I
I've
don't
been
even
wearing the same
know.
cologne for 30 years. I haven't changed at all.
You look like a Stetson guy.
No, CK1.
Oh, CK1. Yeah, Polo Red and Mont Blanc are like my favorite colognes. But then again, I've only tried 3, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually had a discussion with Corey from Weatherbeard when I was researching designer type fragrances. I said, "How do you know if it's a cologne scent?" Like you're looking at the the scent notes, and he's like, "Well, it'll say type after it." And I'm like, "Well, I already looked at 100 of those. I didn't know that's what that meant." So,
The Brute was in my teenage years. Then I found CK1.
oh, Brute smelled good.
I was a big Drakkar guy.
I remember my grandpa wearing that original Old Spice aftershave.
Yep.
Skin
And
Jack
Larry
says he's-
Stetson.
Skin bracer aftershave is what my dad always used.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The by Menon skin bracer by
Yep.
Menon, it was green.
Yep.
That was like the only kind of aftershave you could find. Really, I mean, that was like,
Well, and I think Aquavelva was another aftershave.
Yeah.
Don't forget about electric shave. Don't forget about that one.
oh, electric
Yep.
shave. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Electric shave.
The high karate, but that was old.
yeah. I'm not that old as these guys.
I'm definitely
You're not that
I'm probably the youngest one on screen here.
Yes, you are.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess 34.
I'm guessing 28.
32.
Mike's the winner. I'm 29. I just turned 29 in September. So. Yeah, I'm just a young pup. Bod. Tara said bod. Ugh. I remember like middle school days, and you walk down the hallway, and it just smells like Axe body spray.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. There you go, Dat. Dat uses Brute.
I wonder if anybody that's watching, like what they want to see out of Notable Beard Company and where they want to see me go.
Have you ever thought about balm?
Yes, and I have a unique situation with balm. Okay, so first off, I do use it seldomly. I bought the matching balm for Orca from Sean because I love that in the summertime. But anyway, my unique situation is there is a honey farm 10 miles from here, and I can get fresh
Perfect.
beeswax. So, and I can get it natural, where it's almost like a brown color, or I can get it bleached. But it's a little, it's kind of on the spendier side, and I don't know, at least community-wise, balm doesn't sell. I am planning on doing
What
my
I've heard.
first show. I'm planning on doing here the 1st of February, like that first weekend. But balm is it's in the cards. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. It's lower on the totem pole
Yeah.
right now. It may jump up depending on if people start asking for it, but not a lot of people ask for it. So my biggest questions have been scented butters and colognes.
Mhm.
Those have been my biggest questions, and I've always, like from day one, I've always said I'm an unscented butter guy because I have 70 oils, not including the ones I'm testing all the time. So having one butter for all of them is the way to go for me. So
Well, yeah, and your butter actually works very well for that purpose.
yep, yeah, and that's what I was shooting for. And everybody's got their own methods how they cook a butter and all that stuff. And apparently, the way I do mine, I do personally pick up just the tiniest bit of shea, but it goes away after like 10 seconds, if that.
Right. It's, yeah, you really can't tell for much of anything.
And that's what I was going for. And then I wanted that, that super smooth. It's like Brian said on his channel, like it's real soft, and like you scoop it out, and in a matter of seconds, it's gone. And that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in shipment. I haven't heard from anybody that it's developed any grains.
Mhm.
Did it develop any grains when it got to you, Scott?
No, not at all. It's
Yep.
very,
And that was the big thing I was worrying about is developing grains, and I haven't heard one report of that. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to address Chris a little bit because he must not have been listening earlier. He is coming out with a wash, so it's coming, and he is coming. He's making scented butters too. They're coming. So
yep. And actually,
And
there's
Phil-
there's another thing I want to ask if anybody's interested. Is an unscented wash preferable, or do people like a scented wash?
Hmm.
Keep in mind, the wash is not going to match my scents.
I don't think it's a big deal because the smell of a wash doesn't stay
No.
with you very long.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's nice when you're in the shower.
Yeah.
I've used some washes that stay with you though.
See, I have not.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
That they do stay with you. I prefer unscented wash, beard wash. That's just my preference. But if it was scented, I would want it to match the scent I'm going to wear that day.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know, the other thing too is I'm guilty of it too, is even with an 8-ounce wash, I do get sick of that wash, that scent. If it's unscented, I don't think I'd ever get sick of it. You know?
Right.
So
Like I have specific washes in my shower that I won't even use unless I'm going to use that scent
mm,
in the beard
Sure.
oil.
Yeah, I can see that.
like when I first started this, I could use the same oil every day, morning and night. I cannot do that anymore. I mean, I can use some doubled up, but I can't do it for like 5 days straight. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I mix it up between like bird oil days and non-bird oils, and
And that's the best thing about it is I have noticed in my testing with my own stuff, because I wore exclusively mine different scents for like 2 weeks one time, and you can feel that plateau, you know, where you throw somebody else's in and it just feels totally different. It's like a reset on you, you know. So I like supporting everybody, and a lot of them support me back, and
yeah, and yours does have a good feeling beard. So
yeah, it's the first blend I ever made. I bought like 9 carrier oils, and I just mixed them equal parts. I put it in. I was like, yes. 5 minutes later, I wanted to shave it off. It felt so bad. It absorbed that quickly that it was like straw. I was like, oh God. So I threw that away.
Yeah.
yeah, anybody who says it's real easy to make,
Mhm.
start off making beard oils from
No.
no knowledge,
Mhm.
There's a science to it.
doesn't know what they're talking about because
You know, it's like anybody can do it, but
you
they're
can throw stuff together. That doesn't mean it's going to work.
right. Oh yeah, and I learned that on my first blend, and I at that time I was already researching for at least a month. You know, I know what to do
Yeah.
now. Nope. No.
Oh, that's not going to work.
No. I mean, I went in depth as far as because when I was mixing 1 ounce at a time. So I was getting specific densities of every oil. So when I had it measured out, it was exactly 1 ounce, and my blend weighs 27.33 grams is 1 ounce of my oil. I found out later you don't need to be that specific.
Right.
What? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with mess ups?
It depends. So like when I first started, see, I get tips from incredible fellow owners all the time, and when I was mixing new scents, I was mixing them in a bottle, and I was wasting a whole ounce of oil if the scent didn't work out. And I had an owner tell me, "Why don't you just buy some Jello shot cups and then just mix it like you were mixing a 1 ounce oil?" And I was like, so I don't throw away any oil now. There's no mess ups, if you will. I mix it in a Dixie cup, and if I like it, when it's mixed, I'll pour that into my own tester bottle, let it marinate for a little bit, shake it up good, and then that's when I begin my testing process. So, and if I don't like it enough to keep going down that road, my wife takes it and uses it as shave oil on her legs and stuff. So,
Yeah. I think Chief was wondering where his
Chief did an awesome little video with his son for a Christmas truce, and that was really
he
good.
did.
I love that people are actually connecting with the notable brand. Like he bought Old Ironsides solely for the fact that he's a Navy vet,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's the USS Constitution. He didn't even care what the smell was, but I mean, it's delicious. I don't know. But that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I have a hard time with picking scent names. And I mean, like I said earlier, I watch a lot of war documentaries. Well, I don't want to make my scents about war stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So, like I couldn't come up with a name for my peppermint one. And then I thought of Togo. And I don't know if anybody's heard the story of Togo, but Balto's a fraud. No, he was important too, but Togo did the main leg of that race. So,
Hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
hey Corey. And Corey's been a major help to me in this journey.
Well, I bet he helps a lot of people.
As far as your beard wash, most of they were split. Some like scented, some say unscented. Start unscented, and then if it goes well, myself, I always shower in the morning, so I like an invigorating scent to help wake me up.
Throw a little mint in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah,
I'm
just-
opposite. I'm a nighttime guy.
Just don't overdo the mint.
Mhm.
You don't like mint, Scott?
No, I love mint. I've had a couple beard washes where it's like too
Burning your
much, and I
face.
start getting a reaction on my cheeks for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've had that too. Absolutely.
but believe me, mint's right up there with one of my top scents. Right, leather's above that. But
Leather.
yeah,
And that's just crazy. I love that smell. I just can't, the leather. And that's not even like the tobacco is the star of Knickerbocker
yeah,
in my eyes. But I don't know. I think I've only had one leather scent that I could wear, and I think it's actually Old Money. And it's because leather is not the main character in that one. You know what I mean?
yeah. There are a lot of great leather scents that leather isn't the main one, and it works well.
Yeah, that's right, Corey. Corey actually is the only person outside of myself that had any form of that Togo. Because that scent has taken me almost a year and a half to develop because I could not find the right mints to use. So I mean, we're talking I had like 50 to 70 different mint fragrances before I finally nailed it. And Corey got the first rendition of Togo, and it was peppermint, eucalyptus, and sweet orange, and it was all essential oils.
I agree, Chief. I
Yeah.
agree. I like spearmint. I mean, peppermint's nice. Don't get me wrong. I like my peppermint, but spearmint, I don't know what it is.
I did recently get a spearmint in, but I gotta plan something different for that one.
There's Clementine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's the camera?
That's your cat?
No. That's Jason's
That's
dog.
my dog.
Oh, it's like he's happy.
No, that's not purring. That's snoring.
That's something we didn't have last week because he was on the road.
Oh yeah. No, we had Jerry Springer in the background instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I'm sure they didn't even realize there was a camera there.
They probably wondered what I was doing talking to myself.
Yeah.
That's an interesting scent.
I had a spearmint fragrance in the beginning of my business called Jolly Green. It had spearmint, lemon, lime, and tea tree.
Hmm.
Be interesting.
Bring it back, Corey. For one
Or
day.
if you're bringing something back, bring back Polar Cola.
Polar Cola.
Someone needs to
Yes.
steal that idea.
I used all mine up this year.
I had in my early days of I sold to like 3 friends that are in town, and their favorite was one I called St. Augustine, and it was lemon, lime, and ginger.
Mm.
There's a possibility that'll come back, but I don't know if it's going to be St. Augustine. So I'm trying to think of that right now. He had spearmint with lemon and lime. I don't know how that would smell.
Now he says he had one that was peppermint orange vetiver called Into the Wild.
Oh,
That was 8 years ago.
that actually, I can actually smell that. Like I can actually smell that. That would smell good.
Because it said St. Augustine, Florida.
Yep, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the oldest town in the continental U.S.
It is. I was there in November.
Never been.
It's a beautiful town.
Yeah, I drove through it one time. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's been a
It's
while.
nice.
1565. That's what it was. That's when they said. That's when that became a town.
Yeah, that's a few years ago.
Resurrect it. All right, I'll write that down. It'll be an unofficial collab.
There you go.
Odds are it'd probably be a little different anyway.
Yeah.
It's nearly impossible to recreate an exact scent, it seems.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. And what some of these guys come up with, I'm just astounded. Like, what made you put those together, and how does that work? But I do that like that old Ironsides. It's a happy little accident. I think that's a lot of it.
Or like they do these where they have carbonation and like fizz in them.
Oh, see, that's the best part. Mine had the fizz.
I think that's unreal. Or some guys will put together like 10 different scents and you'll get something that smells totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That some of these scent profiles, you read them and you're like, "What the heck," you know? But then you get them and you're like, "I don't smell none of that, but it smells good."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Winter Whiskers does sound good.
Peppermint, vanilla, pine, cedar.
Corey's going down memory lane. Like, do you guys enjoy sandalwood scents?
Mm.
Yep.
Really?
I mean, I don't hate them, but
Right.
that was like the first thing I bought was it was a butter actually from Mad Viking, and it was their sandalwood vanilla. That's what it was. And then I also got a Beard Octane, the Fabricator. I think was a sandalwood vanilla too.
Because I was, Corey's going down memory lane, and of all the scents that I made prior to my actual launch online, the only one, there's only one. The only original one is that Knickerbocker. All the other ones I made leading up to that launch, and And that's when before the launch is when my wife was having fun with all the names. Like I had a sandalwood and patchouli one, and I called it the Mad Monk, referring to Rasputin. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that was fun. I had some customers around here that really liked that. But like you guys, sandalwood's meh to me. The patchouli in it was pretty good though.
Yeah, I could go for some patchouli.
Patchouli's hard to do, I think.
Yeah,
Patchouli and coffee, I think those are the hardest ones to get right. I mean, I'm not a scent creator. Just my experience
Leather,
with companies.
from what the little bit I've dabbled in, leather and coffee, because they're both
yeah.
super overpowering scents.
Hmm.
Very hard to me, you can't overpower coffee, but the problem with the coffee scent is it'll last for like 3 days in your beard. Doesn't matter if you strip it or not, it's going to be there for 3 days. And it's figuring out the right ratio on that's the hard part for me anyway. Can't speak for everybody, but
Got some from Now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a essential oils company who makes them. I've got
Yep.
some. I put it in my um, air humidifier.
Yeah.
actually, I'm thinking back to one of your questions you asked me, Mike. You said what are one of the things that surprised me the most
Yeah.
is sourcing quality ingredients for your carriers and your fragrances and your essential oils. That was actually the most surprising thing to me. Now that I'm thinking about it, because yeah, there's hundreds of companies to go and look at, and I don't know how many companies I ordered samples from, and I basically just threw them away because they were garbage.
Wow.
That it is. Once you find a good source, you try and stick with it. But I don't even know how many sources I'm going through right now. Probably 10.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all good sources, but it's just that was really an eye opener to me, is especially the essential oils, because well, we all know doTERRA, for instance, is a good essential oil brand, but they're 3 times the price that they should
Right.
be.
Right.
So finding high quality without having to pay doTERRA price was a challenge, but I did do it. It took me a while.
Mhm. But that's unfortunate. You have to buy from so many different sources. Like you can't just get it all from one.
Well, and once you scale up, you can go to a big fragrance company and have them make your scent. So instead of mixing it all together, they can actually duplicate it for you, and then you can just get it through them. So yeah, so when you're real small like me, it is kind of a pain, but you do what you got to do. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from what I hear from other companies, that's not uncommon.
No, it's all part of us. It's growing pains and scaling. That's all it is. Just trying to navigate the waters best I can.
And nowadays, I've heard a lot of people who've had nightmares when they can't get that specific scent from that source anymore, and it changes trying to get it from somebody else.
Yep. Well, that's the other thing that's so surprising. You can get 2 identical barbershop scents. They list the same exact fragrant notes, and then you get it totally different. So that's what makes it hard, and that's one of the issues I'm running into in my barbershop is it's hard to get, and I'm just gonna have to take it back to the drawing board. That's basically what I'm gonna have to do with it. So. Bootstrap beard.
I believe it. Well, and now you have all the IFRA things to worry about as well.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope we can. I hope I can navigate my way through that. I'm doing all the right steps, but
Yeah, it's all a process. But it seems
I
like you're
do.
doing a lot of the right things. So
I got some surprising or a surprising potential opportunity for later this summer. Nothing is set in stone because I have yet we haven't set anything up, but my wife's cousin works for the Buffalo Chip out in Sturgis. He's a head of security, and the GM who runs the chip asked about this beard company he's buying all of his stuff from, and they want me to sell there during the rally.
Oh wow.
So, and I was just like, but how much product do I need? And he's like, well, Kid Rock's concert was 210,000 people alone. And I was like, right. So, waiting to hear more details on that. But if I can land that, that would be wicked.
Yeah. There's a lot of bearded guys that go to that.
Just even going there and making one sale, you're getting your brand out in front of hundreds of thousands of people. So
Absolutely.
So that's like my big goal is to hopefully make that work, and then go from there. But
by the way, my Packers flag is not backwards. It is the camera.
You're backwards.
You're backwards.
You can fix that, you know.
Yeah, I know. I flip between cameras and then they do the opposite of one another.
So you should try to, like, if you're planning on doing that, you should try to come up with like something that's inexpensive, but you can give out, like a keychain or something, you know, like with your web address or something, or QR code. And you know, they don't buy from me, but they look at their pockets, you know, a week later, and they're like, oh yeah.
And I've been looking into more of that stuff, and I recently just ordered 500 business cards, which that's a big deal for me. But I'm trying to get more advertising things out there. It's been a slow process, but I almost like it better that way.
Yeah.
You know? I don't need to be some big company, and that's not my goal either. So I just want to make a quality product and, you know, be a notable company. You're like, oh yeah, he's got good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing it. I think the flag's fixed.
It is. It looks beautiful.
But I'm glad someone pointed it out because I just bought it last weekend.
I was gonna throw a jab, but I don't even watch sports, so it wouldn't be funny for me.
It's a beautiful flag.
I mean,
well, I technically had to take down my old flag, so I'm just replacing it with that one for now.
Yeah, you were flagless for a while.
Well, I had the American flag up there for a couple weeks.
when is the notable hat coming? So,
good question.
I have reached. So there's another local. I like working local as much as I can. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm a small business owner. My wife owns her own salon. We renovated the barber shop on Main Street in town. And so we support local as much as we can. So there's a lady in town who does all of the athletic clothing for high school. And she can do hats. And I don't want a screen printed hat. I want it to be stitched, you know.
Yeah.
So I've talked to her about it, and she gave me some options to look at. I just need to focus more on that. But I'm trying, like I said, my focus has been all on the scented butters and working all that stuff out. So hopefully, I would say, if not late this early spring here, sometime in the summer, I could probably work on some hats and merchandise. So that is on my list of things to do. Need to get that advertising out there with those hats. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the guys in this community love wearing hats. They'll argue whether a flat bill or a curved bill, but
Yeah. Maybe I'll just do like custom cowboy hats. How's that sound?
There you go.
The quill can be a pheasant feather sticking out the side.
Yeah.
They won't be cheap though.
Yeah, I was surprised at how much a real good Stetson would cost.
oh yeah,
They're like $350.
Yeah.
my dad's got one from, I think it's early 70s.
Wow.
It's probably worth some money now.
Yeah, it's been in a hat box for at least 30 years.
Should just go and steam it, make it get a little moisture back in that hat. Well, I know, like, I had a college roommate. His grandpa had a pair of elephant boots, and I don't even think you can get elephant boots, cowboy boots anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
They were pretty sweet looking, but I'm like, why are you even wearing those?
Did you see that, Mike?
What?
On your screen, there was like a thumbs up bubble.
I don't know what's
What?
going on with that.
What is going on with your screen?
I don't know.
Is that
It's so weird.
No, my iPad must not be updated because it's not doing it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
yours is doing
There
it?
it is.
Wow.
Nope,
You
I'm
got
not cool enough.
what are you streaming on today?
An iPad.
Well, no, I mean, Mike.
Oh,
There's the fireworks.
Look at that.
I want to be able to do that.
It's an iMac.
Mike
Try
looked like
that.
he was at Disney World with the fireworks around the castle there.
I've got a Mac ProBook and it don't do that.
Must be
I
a new
don't know,
update.
Well, yeah, I did. I have a new update to do that I haven't done yet.
I'm
else
guessing
can
that's
it
what it
do?
is.
Keeps telling me I don't have enough memory.
Hmm.
Is it just thumbs up that I can do stuff with? I don't know.
No, you can make a heart.
Yep.
Oh yeah, heart. Okay.
There it is.
Oh my!
I think you can wave too. I'm not sure though. Maybe not. I don't know.
You can wave.
I'm the one who should know all these things, but I don't.
What's your day job? Since you brought that up.
So for the past 10 years, I was an applicator where I sprayed chemicals and did fertilizer for crops. And then about a year ago, I transitioned into the desk side of the job where I now dispatch the applicators. So, and you think it's a lot better. It's not. The paperwork is insane. And
Yeah.
like springtime, I'm here at 5:45 in the morning, and there's nights I don't go home till 1 in the morning. Just catching up on paperwork because I got 8 applicators that I'm dispatching, and I have to make load sheets for them. And yeah, but the big trade-off was more time with my kids, because when I was sitting in that tractor, you could pretty much guarantee 4 to 5 months out of the year I didn't see my kids. It was 7 days a week. They were sleeping when I left, sleeping when I got home. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
So, So when they're 7 and 2, at least I can, if I want to, I can go home for supper and then come right back to the office and see them off to bed at least. So
Mhm.
Triple B says you're supposed to try this.
balloons.
Balloons.
Try this.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my.
I'm reading about it. That's why I'm getting this from.
Is that from the new update? Oh, now it's raining?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to answer somebody's question. Somebody was surprised. Or Tara said something about a massaging chair.
Oh,
Tractor.
tractor. Massage tractor.
Oh, yeah, that. So I've only been out of the machines for a year, and I fill in every once in a while. And one day I had to go incorporate fertilizer in the ground for spring corn. And I lifted up the armrest, and there was a massage feature, and I was like, "What?" And Tara's been bugging me about that. She says she wants a massage tractor, and I said, "Well, if you have about $650,000, you can have one too." So, those tractors are insanely expensive. But I tell you what, that was it's crazy because it had the AC seats, heated seats, massaging seats, and then now they have a little refrigerator behind the buddy seat.
Mm.
When I was growing up and I rode in the tractor with my dad, I sat on the floor next to the door and I'd fall asleep and I'd wake up because my head would bang against the window. My son's in there with his own seat, Bluetooth radio, and he's bored in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We're kids. We didn't get a choice if we were bored.
Yeah. It's a different world, and it's only.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if my wife was here, she would say when I was a kid, the tractors had steam engines and the steel wheels. She
That's
likes to pick-
That's actually an interesting little history tidbit for you guys. There's a guy from a town called Andover, about 40 minutes east of me. He bought the blueprints from Case IH for the Case 150 steam engine, which was the largest steam tractor ever made. So he owns that. And he found the drive tires, the back tires for it. His dad was driving in North Dakota one day, and he saw them in a pasture with bales in them because the farmer was using them as bale feeders. And he had to pay a pretty penny in new bale feeders to get them. But he actually he manufactured that entire steam engine from the ground up. And he owns the blueprints and he owns the tractor, and it's actually a priceless artifact, if you will, even though it's new. Like you can't even put a price on it. That's actually a really cool tractor.
Yeah. We have a guy fairly local to us. We've made a lot of parts for him. He's big into the Minneapolis Moline tractors.
The Mickey Mouse tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up.
actually, I'm an estimator, and I quote service parts for a lot. Probably half my work is service parts for tractors.
Mm.
So, what parts do you? What brand of parts do you sell mostly, or service, or?
Case, mainly anything related to AGCO.
Oh, okay. Yep. Butler products and be like. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Is that Massey Ferguson? That's AGCO.
It includes all that. It includes New Holland.
That's right. Yep.
The old Alice Chalmers, which actually was made in the city I live in.
Oh, really? Milwaukee?
I live in West Dallas,
Oh,
which is named after Alice Chalmers.
makes sense.
Which is it technically it we our address can come up either as Milwaukee or West Dallas.
That's fair. I've seen mine come up as Mina before, and that's 10 miles to the east of me. So,
So if somebody asks, it's Milwaukee. Whatever comes up at.
yes, fridge in the cab now.
Oh, that's what he meant by no more ice chest.
You can't turn that fridge in that tractor on too high though, because it will freeze your sandwich.
Oh yeah.
All they need now is like a hot dog cooker, and you're good to go.
Well, you could wrap something up in foil and put it on the engine block while you're running, couldn't you?
Yep, I've cooked many a hot pockets like that. And my brother actually did a pizza on the exhaust manifold on his Rogator one time. He said it didn't get crispy, but it was cooked, he said.
I was in the Army, we'd just fire up the tank to heat up our lunch.
Yep. There was one time as an intern, I was just a truck driver, and I put that hot pocket in there, and I drove it. I figured it out. It took about 2 loads to get it hot enough to eat. Well, when I got back to the field after the second trip, I popped the Peterbilt open. That hot pocket was gone. that was my food for the day. It's a sad day.
Yeah, we didn't have to keep it on that long. It's a jet turbine engine.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
what you have on one wing of the 747.
Yeah.
that'll cook something. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, anyone in the chat have any more questions for Evan and Notable?
Hot pockets and pizza rolls.
Jump on this 15% savings with the code RESPECT.
Yeah, or pick you up one of those barbershop.
Yeah.
Cents.
I already got
Good
one of them.
choice,
So
too.
only like 3 left.
Yeah, that I'm gonna try and figure out a revision to that one after it's gone. Because I'm like you guys, I like them.
I'm assuming there's a supply issue.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not the only one. I've heard many other companies say they can't do this scent no more. I mean, some of it was IFRA rules, they had to change things and it just wasn't the same, so they had to drop it. Others is supply chain, so you can't get that fragrance or essential oil anymore from that company, and try to get it from other companies, and it ain't the same, so they drop it.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, I've found barbershops with the exact same list, and it's not even close. So just got to keep working on it.
So you got lots of stuff coming up. Well, you got your release of Togo coming. You got your scented butters now. You're working on a wash. And you got your soap now. So yeah, you got a lot of things coming up.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't want to be the biggest company, but I don't want to be a nobody either. I want to have at least a somewhat full repertoire. So
Yeah, it's good. You're getting your name out there. And I have not heard one bad thing about Notable from anywhere. I use it and I love it.
I'm happy you love it. I'm always nervous every time I get a new customer. I said, God, I hope they like it. Because there's one analogy I like using. If you make your own sandwich, it doesn't taste as good as if somebody else makes it for you.
Oh yeah.
So when I make a scent, to me, it might smell bad, but I'll take it. Like, what do you think of this? No, that smells amazing. Or Christmas truce, you might pick up the cherry. Somebody picks up the coconut, and I get something completely different. So it's always to me like a gamble when you mix a scent.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's going to be scents people like and scents people don't like. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
Oh.
There's a question for you from that Cajun family. How do you come up with your names of your scents?
That is probably the hardest thing for my entire company. Is because I try to get a name and then make a scent profile for it, but sometimes it happens backwards. And Corey will tell you the name doesn't matter. Well, like in my case, I try to link it with the story, so it matters to me. And it's which one was it? Old Ironsides. That one took me a while to figure out what to do with that one. I was gonna name it some pirate, and I'm like, everybody's got a pirate scent. That's too. Can't name it Blackbeard or something. So that's it. That's probably one of the hardest things. I ask my wife; she comes up with names. She likes to be more on the funny side. And what'd she do? She wanted Lincoln to be Lincoln Logs, and I was like, well, that could be. Those are some jokes right there. So.
Right. Yeah. Ironsides. That's awesome. I got to go on Ironsides. It's in Boston. That's pretty cool.
You've actually been there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've only been on one battleship, and it was the North Carolina. It was at Wilmington. I was there like 2 years ago. That was sweet. The World War II Iowa class. So
I was on
nothing
the
as old as
Wisconsin once.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. So I guess to clarify that Cajun families is I try to take the scent notes and pair it with the name. So like Togo, he's a Siberian Husky who did a diphtheria serum run in like negative 65-degree temperatures. And when you put that oil on, it makes your face feel frozen. So I thought that was fitting, So that's how I kind of name things. Yep, Ken's right. Indianapolis is it's pretty deep underwater. That's the one that actually delivered the atomic bomb, I think. I think. But anyway, I could ramble. That dog.
She's not as loud as she
That's actually quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time, Ellie. All the time.
Yeah. Ken says you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that happens quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that to find what you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Especially the old famous junk drawer.
You ever can't find the remote only to find that you put it in the freezer?
I've
Just
never
me?
found it there.
No.
I found it a lot of places, but never there.
Mm.
No, it's normally looking for stuff on my beard shelf.
That's one thing I'm pretty proud to say is I got my 5-tiered shelf where I think it's like 13 oils a shelf. And I told myself when that is full, you're cut off. You're cut off for a while. And I've been good about it. Been really good about it. We're just gonna hold that now.
You can always make your own.
Well, I do constantly. That's why I never go through all the oils because I'm testing mine half the time. But it's like one thing, I came into this as an owner when I was a consumer, and I still like supporting, my favorite companies. And when there's something that speaks to me, I just have to have it. That's just kind of one of those deals. So,
Well, yeah, that's a lot of us, and that's why a lot of us are here.
Yeah.
Always finding out about those new things, and that new one you have actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
yep. I think people are gonna like it. Like I say, it's not original, but what makes it different is the French lavender. I think so.
Yeah, it's different, and to me, it would sound like a bedtime scent for me, anyway.
Yep. That's kind of what I'm going for with it. So I was hoping for a harsher winter because I have an awesome reel planned. My brother was going to do it, but we're having a pretty warm winter here, which is not common. So
No, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, this is strangest winter in a long time.
Yeah.
Normally, you've got some snow by now. At least
So we
here.
got some snow, but normally we're like -20 already. I don't think we've dipped below maybe once. So
Yeah,
it's unseasonably warm.
but for Wisconsin, doesn't have any snow since Halloween. That was our
Really?
snow.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we did get a white Christmas, but it came with 1.5 inches of ice and broken trees, and yeah,
Yeah, we didn't get that, but yeah, I saw that.
that sucked. So
Starting Saturday afternoon and into Sunday, we're like right on the line of 2 to 4 or 4 to 6. So, and I'm on a higher elevation, so we'll probably be in a 4 to 6. But a little further east, they're supposed to get 6 to 10.
jeepers.
I
Yeah,
heard on
so-
Tuesday we're supposed to get 3, and I'm like, it hasn't snowed yet.
Yeah.
That's
And
one thing
being-
I would. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's been unseasonably warm here too, and so we've had some snow, but it's not hardly even laying because the ground's still fairly warm.
Yeah, we haven't had that deep frost yet.
Yeah, I was up in Green Bay last weekend, and they didn't have anything. I remember times when by this time they've got like 18 inches. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. It, they say it's bad for the farmers.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have any snow cover, then a lot of that soil likes to blow around. So
What does the Farmer's Almanac say?
I have no.
I actually don't think I read it this year. It was right last year, I'll tell you that. I don't know if you guys know about the fog wives' tale. Like 90 days after a heavy fog, you're supposed to get precipitation.
Hmm.
Well, it's looking like the first part of March is not going to be fun here. So
Talk about. Yeah, I'm sure it has always been something humans talk about.
Yeah. It's part of our daily life.
But one thing
Everybody-
everybody has in common.
Everybody likes to talk about it, but nobody does anything about it.
Not like we have much of a choice in it. The song Informer. Oh boy.
Informer. Yep.
Mild winter, that's kind of an understatement. I actually thought we were going to get a bunch this year.
I did too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you had plenty last year.
Yeah.
What the heck did we have? I ran my snowblower 16 times last year.
Mm.
What the heck did we have? We had was it 96 inches last year?
Wow.
I think that's what it was. The problem here is there's no trees. So it snowed for 2
Oh.
days, and then we were stuck at home for 3 days because you couldn't see across the street.
Couldn't see the street, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So that was a
Yeah.
long week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think I plowed last year.
Well,
Normally I can make it through the winter with one tank. Well, I went through like 3 tanks of gas last winter with that thing.
Mm.
It was. I remember the snowdrift by my house was as tall as the street sign. So that's got to be what, 8, 9 feet tall?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, 10, something like that. So,
That's the one good plus about living in the city. They don't let them get that
yeah.
because everybody starts running into one another. Well, guys, if there's no more questions, we'll probably call it a night.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Evan.
Yes,
Really-
Thanks for having me.
we
This was
appreciate
fun.
it.
Yeah. It's been great
Yeah,
getting to know you, learn about your company, and looking forward to trying the products.
Oh, yeah, I'll get those probably packaged up right after this. So
And if you want, you can always throw in a little sample of that new one.
I would. I don't have samples, but
I feel like in one of those bag or something.
Put a little drop on a piece of paper and put it in there.
There you go, yeah.
And
this
then
is what it smells like.
Yeah, he'll just be able to smell it. He won't be able to wear it.
Someone ask more questions.
Oh boy.
It's almost 11 o'clock for me, Dynamite. I'm ready for
it's 10
Clementine's
o'clock here.
contagious over there.
Oh.
Yeah, rest up for next one. It might be a long one.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose.
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Tune in
Yeah.
next week for our anniversary show.
Yeah.
2 years.
On Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
2 years. That's a heck of an accomplishment.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh boy.
Love.
See,
Yeah, it
Jason
doesn't
can't
fit.
do this because he doesn't have Apple.
No. No.
I have Apple and I can't do it.
Well, you just need to update your computer.
Oh. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Catch you
Yeah,
next
good
week.
night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Respect the journey, y'all.
Uh,